Ah yes, a rare dry day in Germany. What a perfect constellation of the stars to take your car for a relaxing spin. You enjoy the wind in your hair and the music in your ears. Everything seems perfect. But wait, what is that? Mon Dieu, it is the bully of the German roads, the BMW driver. His headlights malfunction and cause constant flashes, and his horn is activated every single time a bass drum shatters through his ridiculously humongous speakers. Wow, oh wow, this does need to happen to you. But then you remember, you're on the Autobahn. The Autobahn. What is a normal classification of carriageway surfacing for us Germans seems to almost be like a mystical place out of a fairy tale to a lot of foreigners. Can you really drive as fast as possible on there? And do minivans really travel at supersonic speed? Well, the latter certainly holds some truth, but the lack of knowledge, or should I rather say the amount of misinformation about this simple piece of road network is pretty astounding. But don't worry, I'm here to bring you up to speed. So hop into the passenger seat and join me for the ride. We travel back in time into the early 1920s. The Weimar Republic has just formed and does everything in its power to become a meme for people 100 years later. Nosferatu is being filmed for his cameo appearance in the hash-slinging slasher, and the German mark reaches levels as low as the Mariana Trench. But something else is happening as well. The
Automobilverkehrs- und Übungsstraße,
or ABUS, is opened in 1921 in the southwest of Berlin. And this road is no joke. A 19-kilometer long circuit with two hairpins, one of which with a bonkers 43.6-degree banking and pavement that starts to fall apart once you set foot onto it. But it's the 1920s, so fuck yeah, we're gonna race on this thing. And so in 1926, the first German Grand Prix can be celebrated. Racing legend Rudolf Caracciola wins the race, and just 4 people die, which is an absolute miracle. Even Formula 1 holds a Grand Prix there once in 1959, which is won by the racing dentist Tony Brooks. Just absolutely mental. Whilst Avos is the first real piece of Autobahn, it isn't the first part that is open to the public. This honor belongs to the Cologne-Bonn Autobahn in 1932. We're getting into the 1930s, and this era belongs to a slightly controversial German political figure.
I am Adolf Hitler!
The Austrian painter is an avid fan of the motorization of Germany, and so the expansion of the Autobahn is of utmost importance to him, which leads to about 4,000 kilometers of high-speed streets that are being built under his regime thanks to forced labor and its usefulness for the German military. But World War II takes its toll on the German roads, and extensive effort is being put in to restore them. While in West Germany the Autobahn becomes a symbol of the Wirtschaftswunder, the East continues to suffer under its socialist utopia.
Vorwärts immer, rückwärts nimmer.
I'm gonna skip a lot of technical stuff like the implementation of cooperative intelligent transport systems, the toll system for trucks and some other stuff because it's A, boring, and B, no one really cares. We're gonna talk about today's day and age. And what can I say? Today's Autobahn offers its users 13,000 kilometers of unbridled speed limit-free joy! Or does it? This might be absolutely shocking news to the average American, but it's true. Over 30% of our wholly German Autobahn actually does have a speed limit due to reasons of noise reductions, sections with high accident rates, tunnels, and the daily driver's best friend, construction sites. No matter where you drive to, there's a chance of over 100% that you'll encounter a construction site. They are freaking everywhere. Some people might speculate that the placing of orders for construction sites is just an easy way for corruption and nepotism. But we live in the democratic and liberal West. We don't do this despotic shit here, do we? But anyway, it's certainly frustrating when you come at 320 kph with your 4-cylinder shitbox and have to slow down to 80, 60 or sometimes even 40 kilometers an hour. But let's imagine that you'd go even slower. Seems ridiculous, right? But hold on, let me introduce to you Stau. Stau is the final boss of every German driver's patience. You're stuck between trucks, other cars, and most of the time shit weather, because how on earth could you have accounted for that when you drive down south during the beginning of the holiday period? And so, for some people, the nerves are being
Fucking raw!
And that's not even the worst reason to lose your shit on the Autobahn. Let me introduce to you the final boss of the final boss. Left lane lurkers. These people are the biggest endangerment to German drivers, apart from Dutch caravans and the sprinter vans of parcel services. Just imagine coming at supersonic speed in your BMW 3 Series on slicks because you couldn't afford new tires because your engine blew up once again, and some knobhead in his compact city car doesn't get out of the fucking lane. A meltdown is inevitable. Under my rule, those people would be served with the death penalty, just like people who drink Radler. The German genes are certainly kicking in now. But generally speaking, the Autobahn has turned into a bit of a war zone. Truck drivers compete about way too little parking spots in order to fulfill their rest period. Dogs are on suicide commando. Cultural enrichers bring their customs into the streets. And for some people, the late night drive turns into an unforeseen end that makes the car end up looking like straight out of Gaza. The Autobahn isn't a fairy tale-like place anymore. A lot of people make it out to be. And it's not gonna turn that way anytime soon either. Instead, the Autobahn is under attack. More and more people are in favor of general speed limits, both within the population and the current German anti-Autobahn regime. They plead on specious arguments like the reduction of crashes, although the Autobahn's already the safest type of road in Germany, and the reduction of CO2 emissions, as if that would have any significance in the greater scheme of things. Its dilapidated state in a lot of parts doesn't make its future look rosy either. We will probably never hear another.
Was ist das für ein Kombi?
All we have is a dying meme. A hallmark of German motorization that is on its dying breath, and a monument of beauty that will slowly turn into a folklore-like legend. A place that probably never existed because it seemed too beautiful to be real. And so, for all those record-chasing speed junkies, there's only one thing left to do. To enjoy the very little time we have left driving freely before Germany becomes just as adapted as the rest of the world.
And to fucking push those slow-moving white kids out of the left lane.